It's simple to believe that money is the solution to everything in a society where material riches frequently take center stage, particularly in relation to relationships. But as we examine the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, we discover a deeper truth. Women, whether intentionally or unintentionally, value traits in men that transcend material success. These traits speak to a man's character, emotional intelligence, and inner strength that cannot be purchased or manufactured. In this video, we'll uncover 11 important things that women secretly value more than money through the lens of Stoic philosophy, demonstrating that what really draws and holds affection is not material wealth, but the richness of one's soul, actions, and mindset. Let's examine how adopting these Stoic principles can help create meaningful, long-lasting relationships. Chapter 1. The importance of character in Stoicism over status. True riches is in one's character and virtues rather than in material belongings or social standing. According to this theory, a man's integrity, fortitude, and moral compass are more important to women than his material success. A man gains respect in ways that money could never buy when he upholds his morals and acts with absolute honesty. These qualities are naturally appealing because they provide emotional comfort, stability, and trust. A guy who lives virtuously has an aura that goes beyond consumerism. By upholding his moral principles, his strength of character lays the groundwork for meaningful relationships that endure and are based on respect for one another rather than merely fleeting infatuation. Stoic thinkers like Marcus Aurelius stress that a person's genuine riches is determined by their personal integrity. Men exhibit a depth of emotional maturity and knowledge that cannot be purchased. Women genuinely appreciate strong, caring, and trustworthy qualities in a mate, and a man who embodies these qualities projects confidence not because of his possessions, but rather because of who he is. Chapter 2. Emotional intelligence as a vital skill. According to the Stoic perspective, the most potent type of intelligence is the capacity to regulate one's emotions and behave sensibly in any situation. Women frequently privately place a higher value on a man's emotional intelligence, EQ, than his financial situation, because a man who can handle difficult situations with composure and empathy fosters feelings of emotional safety and security. The capacity to pay attention and provide sincere assistance when things get tough speaks for itself. Women value guys who are sensitive to their emotions, can control them, and offer clarity when they're confused. This emotional development builds trust and fortifies the emotional bond between partners. In contrast, men who act impulsively or let their emotions control their decisions can cause relationship instability. Stability and emotional safety are far more valuable than wealth, and a wise Stoic man understands that emotional control is a powerful asset in every area of life, from romantic relationships to personal development. Chapter 3. Partnerships. Resilience in the face of hardship. Resilience training is one of the tenets of Stoicism. According to Stoic philosophy, women are attracted to males, but we have choice over how we handle life's challenges. A man who can overcome adversity, stay optimistic in trying circumstances, and learn from failure demonstrates traits that money cannot purchase. These men don't crumble under pressure. Instead, they rise to the occasion with determination and inner strength. Resilience refers to a woman's inner strength, emotional development, and sense of purpose, all of which can help her feel safe and supported. Stoicism says that our adversities mold us, and that people who come out stronger are appreciated and admired. Resilience is a sign of mental toughness. A man who has overcome personal adversity and emerged stronger leaves a lasting impact on a woman. He doesn't need money to demonstrate his value. Instead, his capacity for growth and perseverance does it. Chapter 4. Discernment when choosing decisions. Another quality that women secretly admire in a man is his capacity for thoughtful, strategic decision-making, which shows not only intelligence, but also a sense of responsibility and foresight for women. The Stoic philosopher's ability to make wise decisions based on rational thinking rather than impulsive desires, it gives them a sense of comfort to know that their spouse can plan ahead, consider the repercussions, and decide on the best course of action. It demonstrates the stability and maturity that are necessary in a relationship. While money may provide short-term enjoyment, success and long-term happiness are guaranteed by knowledge in making wise judgments. A man who comprehends the value of patience and reason, as taught by Stoic thinkers such as Epicurus and Seneca, makes choices that put the greater good and long-term objectives first. This is far more precious than any worldly prosperity, since it results in a steady, contented life based on moral values. Chapter 5. The value of quiet and introspection in a noisy and distracting world. Women subconsciously like a man who recognizes the value of introspection and quiet. One can better comprehend their thoughts, feelings, and behaviors by engaging in the Stoic discipline of silent contemplation. Women respect guys who are at ease with quiet because it demonstrates a depth of self-reflection and a readiness to be in the moment with their own feelings and thoughts. A Stoic man has deeper, more profound conversations and refrains from making snap emotional decisions. Women value a man who can sit in silence and stillness and reflect on the complexities of life because it shows emotional control, self-awareness, and inner peace. The capacity to reflect without the need for continual validation or outside distractions is a profound quality that resonates deeply. This creates an aura of mystery and depth that money cannot replicate. Women are drawn to this serenity by nature and value the space it provides for meaningful dialogue and interpersonal relationships. Chapter 6. Self-improvement and humility. True power, according to the Stoic ideal of humility, resides in accepting one's limitations and persistently working toward personal development. Women frequently appreciate a man's capacity to maintain humility even in the face of success. A man who is receptive to growth, learning, and constructive criticism can establish a meaningful relationship founded on respect and understanding. This humility fosters an atmosphere in which both partners can develop jointly, learning from and supporting one another's individual journeys. Women prefer men who exhibit humility and a dedication to ongoing improvement over those who boast about their wealth or successes. A humble man understands that nobody is flawless and that there are opportunities to grow in humility every day, creates a supportive and caring environment that enables relationships to develop in ways that money cannot. Chapter 7. The value of honesty and dependability. The core of Stoic philosophy is integrity. Women secretly value a man's integrity more than his wealth because trustworthiness is the foundation of a long-lasting relationship. When a man consistently acts in accordance with his values, keeps his word, and maintains a strong moral compass, he cultivates an atmosphere of trust and respect. Women feel safe and appreciated in relationships where honesty and integrity are valued above material gain. A Stoic man's word is his bond, and he holds himself to high moral standards in all areas of life. A man's moral fiber and capacity for moral behavior in all circumstances are considerably more precious than any amount of money. Integrity is a timeless trait that promotes solid, wholesome bonds based on trust and respect for one another. Chapter 8. Self-reliance and autonomy. Stoicism instills the value of independence in both mind and deeds. A man who is self-sufficient, capable of meeting his own wants, and not dependent on other people to make him happy, shows confidence and strength. Women subconsciously like men who have their own interests and aspirations because it demonstrates that they can support themselves. Since independence promotes harmonious, healthy relationships, it increases attractiveness. Women value men who pursue their own objectives with purpose and determination rather than continuously looking for acceptance or validation. This allows both partners to preserve their individuality while forging a solid, interdependent bond. The ability of a man to support and love his partner while remaining self-sufficient shows the balance that Stoicism promotes, which many women find to be very appealing and significant. Chapter 1: Stoicism's emphasis on virtue over money. Virtue is the ultimate good. Although pursuing riches is not always a negative thing, it should never take precedence over pursuing virtue. Women subconsciously admire men who place a higher emphasis on virtue, kindness, and personal development than on accumulating cash. A guy who lives a life of virtue-centered purpose leads with intention and qualities that are far more meaningful than financial achievement. Virtue can take many different shapes. Women are naturally drawn to men who exhibit compassion, courage, intelligence, and justice. A guy who strives to better himself, not for fame or fortune, but to become a better person, makes a lasting impact that money cannot buy. Chapter 10: The ability to deprive oneself and make sacrifice. Stoicism highlights the significance of self-denial and the capacity to set aside one's own interests in favor of the larger good. Women respect men who exhibit the capacity to give up something for the benefit of others, particularly their loved ones, rather than for their own benefit. This kind of selflessness shows a degree of empathy and maturity that transcends the flimsy allure of wealth. A guy who engages in self-denial knows that genuine fulfillment originates from the long-term benefits of self-control, kindness, and dedication, rather than from immediate enjoyment. Women greatly respect this selflessness and sacrifice because they demonstrate depth of feeling and the capacity to prioritize the needs of others over one's own. Chapter 11: Tranquility and contentment. Lastly, women place a high importance on the Stoic search of inner serenity and calm. According to Stoicism, contentment arises from accepting the present moment and finding fulfillment in one's circumstances rather than continuously striving for more. A man who can be content with what he has and does not constantly chase after the next material possession or success radiates a sense of peace that is truly magnetic. Women are attracted to guys who have this inner serenity since it fosters a serene, secure, and comforting atmosphere. As we have seen through the lens of Stoic women, a guy who doesn't gauge his value by achievement or material belongings shows that true pleasure originates within. This peace of mind is a unique and priceless characteristic that is far more important than any money-gain conclusion. Give characteristics that are impossible to quantify with money alone a great deal of weight. Resilience, emotional intelligence, and integrity. In a world where external success is frequently overemphasized, adopting the Stoic ideals of personal growth, virtue, and inner peace can result in richer, more fulfilling relationships. These timeless qualities, wiseness, selflessness, to name a few, form the basis of meaningful connections that endure because they are based on something deeper than material gain. Remember that your character and your values define you more than your wealth. By living according to these ideals, you not only become a better man, you develop into the kind of man that women genuinely admire, one who upholds moral principles and approaches life with discernment and sincerity. I appreciate you viewing, and I hope you keep developing and living in accordance with these Stoic principles, forging enduring bonds that transcend the surface.